Yo, welcome back everybody to episode 81 of the Casual Weebs podcast. A phenomenal week as we got some more premieres. Wand Dance, honestly, it was pretty. I have mixed feelings about it. The animation's pretty sick. The story seems pretty good, but like, you know how they like it's dancing, right? It has like CGI. The 3D work is like real weird. I'm not gonna lie, the dancing aspect is cool, but it's done shittily. Other than that, though, it's honestly a pretty solid story. Like the art looks pretty great. The story seems pretty awesome. I finally got around to watching Cleavitus, bro. I fucking binge that shit in 2 fucking days. Honestly, it might be one of the
Oh
best
shit.
animes from the summer season. If you guys haven't watched it, go check it out. 12 episodes. It's got a 40-minute episode one. It is worth it though. Genuinely fucking incredible. But our favorite segment, fuck Crunchyroll. Did anybody else get goddamn motherfucking ads watching anime on Crunchyroll? Bro, I'm still
I
pissed.
did not. I did not, but I was like, dude, they just sold like to a different like subtitle
Mm-hmm.
corporation. It's like you just things you don't want to see. And when you texted me that, I was like, dude, that is awful. That's worse than fucking YouTube giving you those like skippable ads. And sometimes they're not. That's crazy though. Hopefully that's not like a thing.
So here's the thing. Did you watch Crunchyroll that night I texted you?
Yeah, I was watching Fragrant Flowers.
That's
I
Netflix
only
though,
watched. Oh
right?
shit, yeah. So no, correct. You're right.
So there's the thing. So what I think happened, and I'm still pissed off about, is something that we were going to talk about, but we never did. Crunchyroll does manga now. Has a lot of like upside potential. You know, finally a manga site that's going to have a good interface, that's not going to have pop-ups, and have the option to download chapters for like offline viewing. That is huge. I'm pretty sure you cannot do that with any of the illegal sites. Right, so great potential, but it's added to your Crunchyroll subscription, so it makes it more expensive, and it's also a separate site. I think what happened is that's the night it dropped. So since it deals with your subscription, I think the subscriptions got fucked up. And even though I checked 900 times and and I
Ooh.
was subscribed and it says yeah, like you're all good and everything, because like they messed with it. I think that night they had that little hiccup where it made it so you didn't have premium, and all of a sudden I'm getting hit with
Okay.
ads. So I'm getting a 30-second ad before the ep and 3 batches of ads of 6 ads each batch throughout the episode. 25
Oh,
minute
I'm gonna be
episodes.
fucking sick, dude. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be
Yeah, and
sick.
I'm getting nearly 40 fucking ads, dude. I was like, I was losing my goddamn mind, like ready to break something. But the reason why I'm still upset is it's been fixed since. It really exposed how Crunchyroll doesn't have like any customer fucking support. Everything's like hidden where you can't really figure the fuck anything out. Like I'm like, bro, like you were such a
Yeah.
scumbag. It's like when you sign up for a gym and you try to cancel your membership, and you're like, wow, this is a fucking scumbag gym. It really
Yes.
exposes everything. So I deleted my credit card off Crunchyroll. Sadly, I do the 1 year subscription, so I have until June. But after June, fuck that shit. I'm done with Crunchyroll, bro. I get it was a hiccup, but you made it so no one could tell me that. You know what I mean? It's like I just message somebody on like Crunchyroll support team and be like, hey, like I'm getting ads. Like what's going on? They can just be like, hey, we just implemented the manga thing. You know, we're sorry. It's gonna get fixed real soon. And I'd be like, all right, that's all cool. You know, we're fine. But they have nothing for that. It just goes again. Crunchyroll is not for the people. I'm done with Crunchyroll, dude. I can't fucking stand it. I feel like every week we come on here and talk about something that Crunchyroll like extremely fucks up. It's insane.
And like, yeah, feel like we've kind of like been on this for long enough that like a company, so they got sold from AT&T to Sony for like just like under 1.2 billion dollars. If you have that kind
Small
of money,
company.
it kind of, I think I know of a Sony. You know what I mean? I I feel like when you're literally like at the top, Crunchyroll is the king. You know what I mean? There's
Mhm.
you have like High Dive and Hulu and Netflix. Netflix is great, but like it's still not like Crunchyroll. There's a
Yeah.
ton of other stuff on there. I feel like you owe it to the fans and like your customers, whatever you want to call it, to yeah, at least have like fucking like a live support chat. Especially because you're on different time zones. If it's in Japan, like you could at least send an email or like an automated message being like, hey, we're having technical issues. Like, don't worry about your subscription. Give us 24 hours or whatever.
Mhm.
I've only ever had one issue regarding my subscription earlier this year, and it took like about a week for it to get resolved. Which, like, in the grand scheme of things, really isn't that big of a deal. But I think my personal issue is like, Jay say, whoa, whoa,
Oh, if
easy
you think about it, if you think about it,
now.
if you're doing a 1 month subscription though, that's 25% of your subscription or your like little your term that is being fucked up. Like 1 week actually kind of like
True.
is a lot depending on like if you have the 1 year like me, yeah, well it's 1 week. But if you're doing 4 weeks and one of those weeks is completely fucked up and it takes an entire week, 25% of what you're paying for it to get resolved, that's kind of a huge problem.
Yeah, and like companies are not reimbursing you for like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, your service was out for a week or a month or whatever. Like they don't really care enough. So yeah, that is definitely like a big issue. And then that's not even getting into things like the comment section being taken away, and like
We'll
it
never
just feels
forgive.
like each move they're making is kind of like detracting from,
Hmm.
not to like overblow it, detracting from like the experience of going on Crunchyroll. Like, my Sundays are literally like between football and anime, just
Yeah.
like couch rotting. It is kind of frustrating, and like I think it does leave the door open for a company like Netflix or like a big company to like set up another app or a competitor where like you really could do this better, I think.
Well, here's like the last thing I'm going to say, and then we're going to get into anime because that's way better to talk about. Because we bitch about Crunchyroll all the time,
True.
but Sony can't do a single fucking thing right. Every movie, every project that they drop, it is absolute garbage that just bleeds money and it just absolutely fucking sucks. I think that Crunchyroll is one of the one things that they could have just done right. That could have had like a good image of Sony. You know what I mean? But like, you know what? Like Sony does own Crunchyroll, and Crunchyroll does fucking slap. But they took this thing that worked and they just fucking destroyed it. They've absolutely, like, as time goes on, they keep doing things that keep ruining it, whether it's like getting rid of some of their catalog, increasing prices, having technical problems, the scummy shit like no customer support, like getting rid of comment sections. It just shows like, oh, we see this thing that makes money, but we have no idea what this fucking community industry niche is, so we're gonna buy it and then
Big facts.
and like put our corporate bullshit on it and then completely ruin it and then be like, oh, why did that not work? It was making so much money when we bought it. That's crazy.
Dude, that honestly, that's just it. That's
Yeah.
the nail in the head. Like, you literally could have just bought it and been like, all right, keep doing what you're doing. I'll talk to you, once every 4 months when we're rolling in the money. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
didn't have to fucking touch it. But that's like a larger point. Like, big corporations buying stuff and then they feel like they have to like fucking make changes or put their like fingerprints on it. Like, bro, if it ain't broke, don't fix it type
Yeah.
thing. And unfortunately, I feel like that's kind of what's happened with Crunchyroll. It's still happening.
Here's the thing, like I'm new, but like I'm addicted and obsessed. I didn't hop on Crunchyroll or get into anime until after it was bought. I heard that Crunchyroll was a fucking pirate site at the beginning. You know what I mean? It was made to pirate anime, and then they just did a really good job, kind of like comics, except that then it got like bought, got legitimized, and then like became what it was. So when you think about that, you can't be doing stuff like raising prices. You know what I mean? You can't be doing bullshit like that. Especially like too with the whole manga thing. Have that be a separate thing. You have it as a separate app. Make it as a separate subscription as well. You know what I mean? I'm just looking for all these add-ons and all these things to like increase the monthly price. Like the OGs look at that and be like, dude, I was fucking on this site getting this shit for free, and now you're putting like a $5.99 on it. Oh, now it's 10. Now it's 12. Yeah, nah, fuck this. It's just every time you add $1, every time you add 50 cents, it's just pissing people off because it's going further and further away from its roots.
Dude, perfectly put. And like, you know, I'm in a decent enough situation. I live alone. I can pay for shit like that. Like, but if you're tight on money, like that shit does matter. You know what I mean? Then when you factor in all the other like 5 bajillion subscriptions you have to have just to like function in society, like, all right, well maybe now I can't have Netflix this month
Mm-hmm.
because I got a fucking manga subscription. And manga I feel like is way more niche than anime. Like people don't always read the source material. So like I agree with you. I think it should be separate. I'm a big manga fan, but I feel like that's way more niche than like checking out an anime on Crunchyroll.
Well, that's the thing that I didn't even think about until you just brought it up. They don't necessarily go hand in hand. There's so many people I know that are just done with anime. You know what I mean? Like they love it and everything, but they're just like worn out. They've just seen so much of it and they just prefer manga. They prefer manhwa. So the fact that you're making it so it's like, oh, if you want to use Crunchyroll's like manga subscription, you have to have a Crunchyroll subscription with the added price. Like you're gonna lose a lot of people because a lot of people are gonna be like, hey, I don't really give a fuck about your anime collection. I just want to read this manga. You know what I mean? Or I'm going on a trip and I want to download some stuff because I want to be like on a plane or something. I'm not gonna have service. So why not get this for a month, download a bunch of stuff I'm reading, and then have that? But it's like if you connect them like that, this billing wise, dude, it's such a fucking mess. But speaking of like other shit, that is one thing I noticed. One Dance is on Hulu. Again, I do recommend you guys kind of check it out if you do like romances. There's so much to be going over and talking about. The Assassin anime, that does seem sick. We both missed episode 2 because of the holiday. Not all the dubs are out. I personally watch things in dubs, so since it wasn't in dub, it didn't pop up like, hey, new episode. So that sucks, but we're gonna be checking that out, talking about that next week. But we have plenty to talk about this week. Should we just get into Fragrant Flowers? I know you brought up that you're watching it. We don't have to like talk about what's like caught up to current date, but just in general, like, what are you thinking of it? Like what's your opinion about it?
I love it. I think it's really well
Yes.
done. My only critique is I wish I would have seen Ayami or whatever Rintaro's friend's name is. I wish I would have seen the fight scene of him kicking the shit out of those guys.
Oh, so that's how far
That
you've gotten? Yes.
Yeah, dude, so good. And like they do a really good job of like not just making it all about Rintaro and the girl. Like They do a good job of incorporating the school stuff, and honestly, like his friend group is very important. I thought the
Mhm.
most recent episode, kind of where they have that like bro bonding or like you got to say sorry to your homie when you fucked up, like nobody's really that good at it. I thought that was like a sweet moment, and like they did a good job of like maybe not prioritizing it. That's not the right word, maybe, but like keeping it about like Rintaro and his friends too. Like
Mhm.
even though they're literally stalking him and creeping on him at the fucking restaurant, but like it's got a great blend of like humor, like cute romance moments, and honestly, I gotta agree with you. It does feel like you said this a while ago. It feels like Sakura from Windbreaker. If
Yes.
he was kind of like a romance MC, really, really good. My only critique is I was trying to see those dudes because they've literally been hanging around the whole season, just like annoying our whole cast. Like, kind of wish I would have seen that ass whooping. But awesome, awesome cast, awesome characters. And I thought the last thing, like Subaru, the like kind of main girl's like best friend,
Goaded. Goaded.
dude, super cool. I thought
Mhm.
they handled that really well. Like very like mature and adult like. You know what I mean? She's like, yeah, like I just want you to like treat my friend right. Like they meet up outside of school and like actually fucking talk through things like
Mhm.
mature adults, even though they're literally like freshmen in high school. I thought that was really cool. So like for me, I gotta say like a 10 out of 10. Really, really fun to watch.
Bro, like again, that fight scene, it would have been so nice to see it because they fucked them up. Like they beat the brakes off them, so you can't just give us a little tease or something, bro. At least a couple of the punches, but it's all right.
Yes.
It's cool. I got like a hot take about this. This might be like really bad. People might hate me for this. I am sorry. This is kind of like a better, more in depth, mature version of Horimiya. I loved Horimiya. I know a lot of people hate it,
Ooh,
which is why
yeah.
I think it might be a bad take. But it's not just about male MC, female MC. You know what I mean? It's like this whole friend group. You know what I mean? And the friend groups, like, they interact like a ton. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but there's multiple like relationships in this anime. It's not just the main two. Like there's plenty of people that kind of like get together. Will they, won't they, kind of things. Like, are they gonna date? Are they not gonna date? We don't know. It's pretty fucking awesome. There's a lot of depth with a lot of their backstories. They give a lot of the other characters like a lot of attention. There is gonna be more characters we're gonna be introduced to, so that's why it kind of gives me that Horimiya kind of feel because it doesn't seem like we're having this anime be a build up to the two main characters dating. It seems like they're gonna end up dating, and we're gonna kind of see these shit that they kind of get through, kind of like Horimiya, where it was pretty quick, and then it's kind of like a slice of life, or kind of like dealing with certain occurrences during their high school careers or whatever. And it's really kind of cool that way because I like when you focus on multiple characters like that. I like when multiple characters have their own kind of plot lines that you get to follow because it's just like there's so much you can do with that. It's so entertaining to watch, but you also can root for multiple people. You know what I mean? Like Rentaro is not necessarily everyone's favorite character. Like a lot of people like his one like more like quiet friend with the long hair, the guy who fucks everybody up, he's a really cool dude. Everyone likes a red hair kid too. There's multiple people for you to like follow. You know what I mean? Kind of like cheer on. So that's what I absolutely love about Fragrant Flowers. Is like I said, it seems like Horimiya, except it's in a more like mature kind of style, and it has a bit more depth to it, which I think is fucking sick.
I think that's like a perfect analogy. And I think in the way that Blue Lock kind of does that, like he focuses on multiple different like
Yeah.
romances or plot lines or characters, however you want to frame it.
Wait, Blue Lock?
But it does it Blue Box.
I was like, Blue Lock romances? Dude.
That Bachira,
Seriously.
it's Soggy Love, bro. Oh yeah, pause. Let me take that back. Blue Box.
No, wait, now that we think about it, it works. There is a couple of romance plot lines going on.
Dude, the fucking what's his name? The pink hair dude, like the overly horny character. I guess you could get away with that. Um, but yeah,
Uh,
like you said, you can root for multiple characters and like stuff that you want to see, which does add depth to it.
mm,
And they do it kind of like better than what I felt like we got in Blue Box because a lot of that season was focused on the pink haired girl and like the MC kind of like working through like that crush versus
yeah.
like maybe it being a little more natural. Like it's not about like one girl or one guy with multiple crushes. It's like literal different relationships. And then the dynamic that the two schools like hate each other kind of like makes it more interesting. You know what I mean? It makes it so that like I think there's a little more like there's a challenge to like getting them to like trust each other, which I like.
I like how it's beyond that too. It's not just the schools hate each other; it goes to the teachers as well. That's something that I thought was surprising when they kind of like talked about and brought it up. Where it's like, hey, it's not just like the students, bro. Like if the teachers get involved, like people can get expelled. You know what I mean? It's something that like these
Right.
adults kind of like hold on to, which is kind of pathetic. But like that's fucking real shit. You know what I mean? A lot of shit that kind of goes on is kind of like I don't know, like the puppet masters, kind of like adults kind of being like, oh no, yeah, that's not okay. It's like, wait, what? You guys are supposed to be like the responsible ones. You're gonna let this beef between two fucking schools be a real thing? That's
Right.
you're gonna expel like smart students because of that? Like that's fucking stupid. but it's real. And I think that is so cool. Like, I think this is such an awesome series. I cannot wait to like get more into it and keep following it along. We both love romance animes. They have different like tropes, different like styles. You know, you have some animes where it's kind of like rom com. You have some that are kind of like, hey, it's the build up over a couple of seasons to see like, oh, they end up dating and then it's kind of it. I love them all. This is my bread and butter, where they get together early, and then you kind of get to see the relationship, the ups, the downs, everything that they kind of deal with, the friend groups. You know what I mean? So I love that Fragrant Flowers is kind of like that, and I can't wait to see where it goes because there's not a lot of animes like this. Because again, some people don't like it because it's like slice of life, and slice of life might be the most bashed on anime genre out there. I personally like it, but I feel like when people get into slice of life, it's too slow and they get very bored very quick.
Yeah, now you're right. Like there's a certain way I think you want to do it, but
Mm-hmm.
they do it really well. And like, you know, they're like school kids. So you're dealing with like, yeah, maybe similar like themes. Like, all right, every romance anime has the sports festival or
Oh
like a
my
day at
god,
the
yes.
or a day at the beach. But you know that like in this instance they show the picture of like the our like main friend group like Rintaro and his homies like literally dapping each other up laughing. It was like that was a really cool like way to be like, this is like also like a part of the story. It's not just about like the two MCs kind of like romance. So they do it really well. And yeah, I think what is this, 8 episodes is out, 7 or 8?
Yeah, I believe so.
So there's like plenty if you haven't started it yet to really get into it and feel like you're into the story as it like is still coming out week to week. I love it.
Okay, so I gotta ask one thing. Did all of the friends go to Rintaro's house yet? Did you get his mom's backstory?
His mom's backstory? No, I don't
Well,
think
kind of
so.
like him and his mom's backstory about like when he was a kid. He brought his friends over to the cake shop. You didn't get there yet?
Nah, I
Don't
don't.
worry about it. We'll talk about it next
Nah,
episode. We'll talk about it next episode. There's stuff to talk about
it's
with that.
the same with the samurai and fucking Kaiji number 8
Kind
that
of
I bring up every
like I said,
week.
I kind of got a bit ahead, so I don't know what's out on Netflix yet. I gotta like watch the most recent episode so I know like where we're at. But like there gets to a point too where you learn a lot about Rintaro's backstory and about it being with his mom, and like you get more into his family, and it kind of like is briefly brought up during that episode. And there's like so many amazing things to just talk about with that. It's not really any spoilers because again, it's like a very small part of the episode. I think I'm not really sure, but it's been a second. It's probably coming out this week.
Yeah,
Regardless, you're gonna love it. It's fucking awesome. I cannot wait to get into it. It really emphasizes when I say Rentaro's mom's the fucking goat. Like she's best girl. She's best girl. She is fucking incredible. One of the best anime moms in anime. Like without a doubt, phenomenal. But speaking about like goated Gachiakuta, holy fuck, we're in the second
woo,
core, and oh my god, are we popping off? Opening incredible, incredible. Way to start it. Nice little surprise, because I tried to like not spoil myself with that, but we're fucking here, bro. The HQ is under attack now. We get the one-on-one confrontation at the bar with the Raiders. Dude, when I read that in the manga, bro, where he's like talking with that one dude at the bar, and he's like. He has a little too much information. He's like, oh yeah, bandits? You mean the Raiders? I can tell you about the Raiders boss. He's like, I am him. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Like so many amazing scenes are about to come up. I cannot wait. And this episode pretty much gets the vibe of these moments where it's like something shocking. Everybody's there to throw hands because you instantly see Rudo's face kind of change. He instantly gets up to throw the hit, and then you see everybody leaping over the tables, just like ready to throw fucking hands. That is the cleaners, ladies and gentlemen, right there. That is the vibe of the cleaners. It is on site every fucking time, all day. I cannot wait to get into this arc. It's fucking amazing.
yeah, and like I had said earlier, the pacing is like amazing because it really kind of felt faster than I expected, not in a bad way, but like it's episode 14 and we already got like that the big showdown of both sides, like.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought they did a phenomenal fucking job of the scene where, yeah, the Raiders boss like meets with Rudo. Like the faces are all dark. Literally just like grips him up by the throat and is like, "I'm the fucking boss. You like, here's the face, bro. Here's the intel you're looking for." And Rudo's just like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna swing on this guy." Yeah, and like the way they get sucked into the manhole, like really cool visuals. I just thought it was like perfect. But like, damn, we're literally kicking this arc off right away. Just like you said, it really sets the tone well. And like, yeah, the opening was sick. It might be some spoilers in there, but I was really hyped to see Calliope Mori do the opening because I know she's good friends with the author.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just two phenomenal openings. Again, kind of biased. I like both groups and like Mori, but super, super good. Like, I thought it was like cool too because I didn't really get this in the manga. Like the food they're eating at the bar that they're like all over it. They love the food. It's like, yeah, this looks absolutely fucking vile. some like green skin thing that like somebody's struggling to break apart. I'm like, ew.
Let's
What
not
what the fuck are they eating?
Let's not forget what Ruto was eating though when he was first captured. Remember, they're like giving him like literal trash and like, oh, is this not good enough for like a spherite? Yeah, like you guys are used to like better stuff. And
So
he's
goaded,
munching on
bro.
it and he's like, it's fucking delicious. And then he fucking bites the guy's like what ear off or some shit. Fucking awesome. Like we
He
know
like
that
pulls
Ruto
the
loves. Oh
he
yeah, the
like pulls all the
fingers.
skin off his fingers. It's like that is so tough. Yeah, it's like makes your skin crawl. But you're like, damn, Rudo is that guy. And Engine's just watching it like, oh damn, he's a savage.
Bro, that's something I cannot wait. Like, especially with this episode, TikTok and shit is blowing up with Gachiakuta edits. I fucking can't wait. I was about to send it to you. I gotta send it to you like after this. I finally saw some Gachiakuta merchandise drop. There was an engine shirt I saw. Oh, so fucking
Ooh,
tough. I'm all
let's
for the
go.
second core. It is so good. Like you said, it seems so fast paced, but it feels like we didn't miss a single fucking thing. It is so detailed. It's right there. It is incredible. My goat finally got fucking animated. I know I've been talking about how a lot of people's fan favorite character is about to get introduced. They haven't been introduced yet. I think next episode. But my goat, one of my favorite characters, top three, if not number one. I can't even pronounce her name. Like Guita? I don't know. The
Ida?
fucking kaiju chick. Absolutely love her. She is so fucking funny. She's awesome, and she's one of those characters that's like very like golden retriever, really like happy-go-lucky, just like, oh my god, like let's talk about kaiju. Like this is awesome. Just high energy, ADHD, like fucking insane. When they lock in, when they lock in, you fucking run, and you pray to God you're fast enough. Like she is a fucking beast. Her like ability is so fucking cool. I ain't spoiling it. You just wait. You're gonna absolutely love it. But she's hands down one of my favorite characters. I hope that we just keep seeing more of her because I feel like her and Ruto too are like a really good like team. I don't know. Like I feel like when you look at his kind of crew, you look at Zanka, you look at Engine, Rio, they're all pretty like tame. They're all like that chill kind of like ore farming, just like never
Yeah.
fuck shit up. When you introduce this high energy ADHD squirrel right into there, like just seeing her piss like Rudo off, or, like annoy the fuck out of him, is so fucking funny. The way she's like, let's talk about kaijus. Hey, what's your favorite kaiju? Hey, listen. And he's like, bro, like go away. Like, I'm so tired. Like just leave me alone. I absolutely love it, bro. Dude, I'm so for the second core. It is gonna be so goddamn good.
Dude, it's gonna be amazing. And like that's a really impressive thing. Like if you step back and think about it, we got our main cast, we got our villains and stuff, like who's at HQ with the boss and Seimu. We're 14 episodes in and you're still dropping like really, really good characters for both the cleaners and our man Fu for the Raiders is gonna be outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, I don't think we'll get it in this season, but like there's a couple like manga panels of him that are just absolute gems. And I feel like they've nailed all those like really big moments so far. So yeah, I think like the fan favorites will just keep coming, and like it'll be cool to see like Bro Santa and Dear Santa like get after it.
Mm-hmm.
This arc is gonna be really really sick, and I think it'll really take Gachiakuta to like super super popular, kind of like Kaiju number 8 did last year.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. We're going to get really into it too because something that was kind of a teased in this episode is that they somehow have a pair of boots. You know what I mean? Like, where do they get them from? What happened with Amo? Something's about to go fucking down. But here's the best part: we're getting way more into the Watchmen series. You know what I mean? The Raiders, they clearly are after the boots. They got them. They know they're after Rudo's gloves because they really want him. In this next arc, we get way more into that, and I cannot wait because I feel like the Watchmen series, I feel like I say it like every week, it's so intriguing. I feel like they did a really awesome job with that. So getting more into that like lore, I feel like it's gonna be like really cool too. And well, I wonder, boys, like what happened with Amo? How did they get her boots that she very desperately does not want to part ways with? So we're in for a treat. That's what I'm gonna say.
I'm all the way caught up in the manga, and we still don't know like a ton of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really cool and like keeps you coming back every week, obviously. But this arc is going to be crazy, and I feel like, yeah, once you really get into the Watchmen series and kind of like the lore behind Rudo and some of the pieces, and they haven't explicitly said it, but it was shown twice. Like the first two times, or maybe the second and third time they introduced the leader of the Raiders when he's sitting there like watching that blank fucking TV like a psycho, just
Yeah.
enjoying TV static. They do show his jacket, so he has a piece of the Watchmen series too.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I'm assuming it's kind of like an outfit. You got gloves, you got a jacket, you got boots. So like, I guess we know about 3 or 4 pieces right now. I don't know about the fourth, and gonna hold off on that. But
If you go back to the
like,
first episode, you know what the fourth one is. That's what I'll say. If you want to know what the fourth one is, go back and watch the app.
all right, I thought we did see it in the anime, but I'm like, damn, it's been a minute. I can't remember. So
Yeah.
like, yeah, we got like a basically like a whole fucking list of like these pieces, and we still don't know a ton about them. You just know that they're like super OP,
Yeah.
and they're like we're slowly introduced to that in the beginning with Rudo and his powers and everything. So yeah, like the world is just gonna open up, and then where like these next couple arcs are, I think are just fucking phenomenal, and each character has like a really really hard hitting moment.
And I wonder like how far we're gonna go in the second core because like there's a lot that's about to go down, like a ton, and it's gonna be awesome. Like some of the best moments are about to be in this next core. Like it's insane. Like I, I can't talk about it. I just can't talk about it. There's just so many fucking moments that I'm just so excited for. But
And
at this
Rio, that's the
Rio.
one that comes to mind
That's all
every
we're saying.
time,
Yeah,
dog.
that's what I was thinking of. That's what I was thinking of. That's all we're saying.
Oh
Rio.
man,
Rio. If you guys thought the Rio edits have been hitting like ever since episode one, they're about to
just
just
wait.
like fucking explode. But like, well, to be fair, everybody engine kind of pops off. Everyone pops off. Like even the Raiders look fucking badass in this next arc. I'm really excited to see how far we get, considering that like even though it's amazing, even though a lot's happened, they could condense it. You know what I mean? Because there is like a lot
Right.
of lore, but there's a ton of action. And with anime, you never know how much attention they're gonna put in that action. Kind of like what we saw with like Fragrant Flowers, where it's like you didn't see a whole lot of that fight. I don't think you saw a whole lot in the manga, but it's like I'm interested to see how much they stretch or detail a lot of the fights that are gonna happen because like. And in the second core, I want to know where it ends, like how far it can go. We talked about it off the podcast because I want to do spoilers, but you see some things in that opening where you're like, wait, that's at like chapter 80 or chapter 90. Like, are they just gonna like tease it? Or are we getting that far? Like that would be absolutely insane. So I'm really, really excited to see what this pacing is gonna look like for the second core. But talking about just like good pacing, good story, awesomeness, may I ask for one final thing? I love where this plot line's going. Yeah, incredible.
Another gem by yours truly. Good
Bro,
pick, brother.
it was right there. I mean, a badass MC that beats the fucking brakes off of nobles. Yeah, I wonder if this one's gonna be good.
Right.
Dude, I love
Yeah,
where
I'm sold.
I love where it's going though. Like she's getting into like the slave trade and trying to like get into the corruption and like take them all down. I love that. I love how like Kyle, fucking douchebag Kyle, has kind of like
Yeah.
taken a step back, and it seems like she stepped up and it's kind of like, hey, I kind of want to help out. I kind of want to like do her family justice and like actually like help improve like the kingdom and the world. And I forget the one dude's name, but that his Kyle's brother is like kind of like helping her. The way that like he kind of sees what she's doing and is kind of like not really getting in her way, but like I don't know, I kind of think that this whole little thing we're getting into is so cool. I can't even imagine how many people she's gonna beat the fuck out of at the slave auction. Like that's gonna be an absolute fucking disaster. She already beat that A rank like bodyguard. Oh my god.
Dude, that was so sick. And like the scene where he's like, yo, like I'm telling you for your safety, like you definitely should take a step back. And she was like, oh, then I'll just beat the living shit out of him. And he's like, excuse me? So good. And yeah, I totally agree with you. Kind of the way they're laying out this story, I think, is a lot more interesting than maybe, you would see on the surface.
Mm-hmm.
The older brother, like, kind of like fucking with her, being annoying and like, obviously, gets a little kiss on the cheek and she's all fucked up about it. But like, she appreciates like the help and like, she knows he's coming from a pretty good place, even though he's like annoying and like a huge flirt.
Mm-hmm.
But she is a really, really cool main character. I like where they're going with the story. And I think for, kind of like we've talked about a million times on the show, that kind of like 3 episode, 4 episode rule, I think it's like done a really good job of laying the groundwork and giving it like a lot of different places it can go. And yeah, she's just kind of like seeking justice, like trying to get these super corrupt pieces of shit out of the way and like doing her thing, and obviously being a badass doing it.
But I like too, it's not like overly repetitive. It's not like okay, her thing is beating the fuck out of people. Let's have her just beat the fuck out of everybody. Like she got into a
Right.
fight this episode, but it felt right. It didn't felt like oh here we go again. Like that's all she is. This episode felt like very like investigative. Like it got way more into her kind of going undercover. Let's try to figure out like the get into the slave auction. Try to she ends up having her friend the half human half beast dude who's so cool by the way. Kind of help be that kind of key to kind of getting in. I hope he's all right. They already kind of mistreated him a bit, but she, fucked them up, justified. But like, it's kind of like it has a lot to like work with, and it's not too repetitive over it. We're seeing her with the older brother, which is really nice. That kind of like romantic side. We're seeing her trying to like do right by the kingdom and trying to like get rid of slaves, right? Which is awesome. She can fight and beat the fuck out of people, but also too something that we keep getting hinted at or like seeing, but it's not like overly done. Is her magic. Her magic's very OP. We haven't
Oh
really
yeah.
gotten too much into it. So like I can't wait until we get to like a real final boss kind of part of the plot where it's like, okay, she's really gonna have to like dig deep and like go all out. Right now it's like all kind of easy for her. She's kind of just stepping into this. I wonder how insane it's gonna be. But like right now, I think that the first episode or two, it kind of makes you wonder, like, okay, well, what's this anime gonna be about? So far, I'm enjoying it. It's been very nice following along with the story.
Perfectly put. And I think a good analogy, like we watch a ton of different anime season
Mm-hmm.
to season. It's given me like Wistoria energy. Like I'm really
Yeah,
excited for the episodes each week. It's like kind of slowly building up, but not slowly, kind of in a way. But like
yeah.
you feel like they're writing this world where like there's a lot of different places it could go to. It could be something that has like a lot of material to it. I don't know about the source material, but I think for just 3 episodes into the premiere, I think it's setting up really, really good.
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely loving it so far, and I cannot wait to see kind of like episode 6 mark. Because like that's I feel like in the first season where things start to like ramp up and start to kind of get ready to get into your little arc before the close of the season. You know what I mean? That's kind of like episode 6 is kind of where you kind of realize, okay, here's the enemy of this or the plot line of the season, and you kind of get way more in depth with that. So that's coming up pretty quick. I cannot wait to get more into that. That is gonna be really cool. I hope this anime is just very intriguing and like doesn't wear out. You know what I mean? I hope it doesn't like kind of fall off the plot or kind of get too repetitive. I hope it stays the way it is. It's been phenomenal so far. I think it has I have high hopes for it. I think it's gonna be pretty good. Something that is like ramping up and is doing really well is Tougen Anki. Bro, this episode was absolutely fucking stellar. Absolutely stellar.
So good.
Let's keep in mind too, who was missing from this episode? The green-haired kid. And all of a sudden, we have a good episode of Tougen Anki. I'm just saying, we have to kill off a character. I think I know which one we should.
I would absolutely, as somebody who has read the whole manga, that would be no hesitation. I would kill that fucking horny goofball in a minute. That's all I'll say about it. He's kind of justified in a way, but fuck him.
No,
Fuck
that's
him.
for later. That's for later. But this episode was phenomenal because we finally had the little cliffhanger at the end of last episode where it's like, hey, you got to get here now. There's been an accident. We see the truck go over, the ambulance in the background, and we kind of get there now. And the truck, dude falls asleep. 2 kids are about to get killed, and the Saul dude. Again, I know I'm really bad with names. We're gonna get there. He uses his.
Tougen Anki also has like incredibly long names. Shiki Ichinose is the only easy name in the fucking show, to be fair.
Well, but then you just shorten it to Shiki. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Mudano's not bad, but I don't even.
Buddha
Yeah,
knows.
Kugasaki doesn't really roll off the tongue.
Bro, yeah, they really make it hard for people. It's such bullshit. But you say the Saul guy, I think we all know who we're talking about. You know what I mean? That's why it's just easier. But
Yeah.
the Saul dude uses his blood eclipse power to try to save the 2 kids, right? One of them gets hurt. You're kind of warning, like, oh, fuck, did she die? It makes him human, though. Because he's been the kid who's been nothing but angry, nothing but miserable, nothing but I can do it all. And all of a sudden you have him, like oh my god. Like, first of all, he doesn't hesitate. Broad day, well, not broad daylight, it was nighttime, but in the middle of the like open, uses his power, tries to save these kids, and then is like very distraught, like a normal person, over someone who's like almost dead or like probably is dead. And you kind of see like, how like hard it hits him. He's sitting there in his room just like constantly thinking about it, ends up knowing that he's in a ton of danger and leaves anyway to go check on her. And then just how happy he is when he finds out that she's gonna be okay. It really shows that human side of him where it's like, hey, like, is he a miserable motherfucker? Yes, but that's because of his backstory. There is a side to him that's a very genuine good dude, and we got to see that, and I love that. It just kind of goes to show that, like, it's one of those things where, like, Tougen Anki shows those little bits of just depth where you're like, oh, like, there's, like, more to this. This is just really fucking good, and I love that from this episode.
Dude, perfectly put. And like you kind of get that with each arc. Like there's a shitload of source material, and not to get too into it, but the major players we met on the Momotaro side,
Mm-hmm.
they stick around for like multiple arcs. So those dudes, like the tan skin dude and the I don't want to say fortune telling because I don't know if that's like the same thing as like tarot cards, but that dude, they are like major players. So
Mm-hmm.
like they'll be around. Obviously the two like lower level dudes. The fuck is his name? The blonde haired guy that Shiki's friends with.
I don't know. I don't know fucking names.
And there's like a shitload of characters in the show.
Dude, there's so many.
Yeah, fuck that. The cop that Shiki's friends with, that's Loki
Yeah.
a Momotaro, he plays a great part. So like this is really kind of like we were talking about Gachiakuta. I feel like this is where Tougen Anki really explodes and gives us like 10 really, really good fucking episodes before episode 24 and like the finale and everything. And obviously if you've watched the opening 2, very, very good. Much better than the first one. You kind of get some spoilers, so if you do some cooking, it's gonna be fucking awesome. It's
Well,
very, very
to
good.
be fair, like you definitely get a lot of spoilers because they are kind of like rushing it. Like I was kind of thinking that the whole fight and everything's gonna break out like at the end of the season as kind of like the finale. It kind of seems like it's gonna be like next episode because bro sits there, goes out, gets captured. By the way, very cool ability being able to like see out of everyone's eyes that has drank his bacteria.
Super cool.
Very cool. I love his design. He's psychopath, asshole, fucking. All he cares about is power and control. He doesn't want to win the war. He's like, I want to dominate the fucking Oni, right? Just like he wants to look the warrior type, the brute type. Absolutely love his character. I think he makes for a very good villain, and he pairs very nicely with the blonde guy who's like kind of a good dude. You know what I mean? Where he's like, hey, like he
Yeah.
saved kids. I don't want to hurt him. I want to hurt the Oni that are bad people. Makes sense. He's not really against Oni. He's against bad people, right? And he's like, I just want to find him first and talk to him. You know what I mean? Just to see what happened. And I was kind of depressed that he didn't find him first. I was kind of hoping he was going to find him first. They're going to have a good talk or something. Yeah, bro did not win that race, sadly. But it was insane how this dude already got caught. You know what I mean? It seems like the fight's about to break out literally the next episode. It's like shit's about to go down. They're smart. They know like, oh yeah, from our reports, which by the way, so much intel in this anime. Because like the Momotaro are on it. Every time they like interact with an Oni, they're like, oh yeah, our reports told us X, Y, and Z about you. We know everything about you. It's like, fuck. Who's your like record keepers? It's like Gachiakuta with the people in the back like taking notes. Like, okay, yep. Here's the place.
Send this to HQ right away.
Every detail, okay. The building's approximately this high. Like, all right, like Jesus, like relax. Almost said her favorite color is purple. Let's put that in. It's like, bro, like relax. But the Momotaro, bro, they have intel for fucking days. Bro's already captured. They know that he's with the teacher, and if the teacher's there, Shiki's there. So it seems like they're already planning a trap. And it seems like again, shit's about to go down like next ep, which I'm surprised about because like, well, like you said, what are the next 10 episodes going to be about? Is it about to be 10 episodes of just straight hands, or like what are we getting into? So I'm surprised it escalated this quickly. I thought we were going to have a couple more episodes of them kind of going around the city, dealing with the Oni like there, you know what I mean, kind of getting the idea of like, the structure and everything. But yeah, no, we're getting right into it.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised, but given how like long the next couple arcs are, I feel like it does kind of make sense for them to like kind of go into this like full steam ahead type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like they do a good job. Like there's training arcs, you get people's backstories, and then like the major arc, you get other children of Kishin that have been introduced. Like there's a lot going on. So it makes sense that they're kind of moving, I think, maybe faster than expected, which we kind of said about Gachiakuta, another anime with like a really, I mean, I think there's like 150 some chapters, so not a ton.
Yeah.
I think Tougen Anki's like over 200, but still a lot of source material. So like I guess that kind of makes sense that the anime would reflect that with like quicker pacing.
Well, I mean,
But a
150
lot of
chapters is kind of a lot. Like, we kind of think about it. Like, 150 chapters is probably 4 seasons. No?
yeah, and like Kaiju number 8, it was like 131 or 2, I think, and that
Yeah.
was like a very well paced resolution to like a, I don't want to say a short story because I think we've all been conditioned to like expect anime to be longer. You know, you got shit like My Hero, Naruto, the list goes on forever. But
A
like,
short story is Takapi's original sin. That is a short story, boys.
yeah, true that. Not something with like fucking 3 seasons. It's like, yeah, no, that's not really that short. But yeah, Togenaki setting itself up for like a really sick arc,
Mhm.
and a lot of the people that we honestly met in this episode and the last with like the Intel team and some of the other teachers that are like not necessarily on Mudano's level, but like at that kind of like they're older, they're not students, they're like teachers and workers and all that stuff. They're all like main players in the story through these next few arcs. So I think it's poised to like really take off and like people will really catch on to it. And I've seen a lot of people be like, I like Togenaki. It doesn't do anything like really revolutionary or like anything crazy, but like it's still fucking good. And I definitely agree with that. Like it's just a good shonen. You know what I mean? You got classic tropes, really good characters. It's awesome.
Well, everything I've heard over the past couple of weeks, everyone's just like, it's shitty, but it's good. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah,
that makes
yeah.
sense. Here's the thing, though, and here's the kind of the problem. Over the past 2 weeks or so, my feed has been nothing but Gachiakuta. And it makes sense. It's been popping the fuck off. But I'm really interested to see. I want to see recent shit about people's opinions on Tougen Anki. Because I've agreed with people, like, the first several episodes were not the best. Every episode I'm kind of like, am I about to drop it? Type of thing. The last two, though, I gotta say, have been really fucking good episodes from Tougen Anki. So I haven't seen anything of people talking about, because I don't know if people are talking about it, or if Gachiakuta is just, like, that main topic right now. But it's like, I can't wait to see people's, like, updated opinions on it. Because, like, you gotta admit, like, sure, the first several episodes were, like, they had a bunch of, like, fan service, and it was kind of, like, cringy at parts. but the last two have been really fucking good. Like, this is very intriguing, a lot of depth. Anything that people didn't like about it wasn't in the past two episodes. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, shit, like, it's you gotta admit these next two are looking very good, and it's a very good look for the future of this second core.
Yeah, and I think they kind of leave a lot of like the fan service and doctors flashing shiki and all that stuff. Like they kind of leave that in the like the early parts of it because it really does dive into the story. At least the manga does. So I expect it to kind of go that way. But this is really the arc where it takes off and like you really get more familiar with like what the actual plot of Tougen Anki is.
Dude, I can't wait for that. I think that's gonna be absolutely phenomenal. I mean, it's been a fucking great season so far. I cannot wait to continue to see what premieres come out. I'm pretty sure we're actually done with premieres. I think they're all out. But I can't wait to see them, start to get the ball rolling, see how they develop. I hope the Assassin anime, I hope that one thrives. That one seems really good. I hope Wand Dance does good. Wand Dance is going to be kind of interesting because, again, it's a Hulu, so not everyone's going to have access to it. But also, like I said, parts of it are really good. Parts of it are rough. I love the dancing, and I think that could be cool. But I think also because the art looks kind of like so crisp and so good, when you have very bad, like, the CGI kind of aspect, like them doing the whole movements and stuff, it's just like, oh, this is like very noticeably different. Like garbage. At the same time, I hear One Punch Man absolutely flopped with animation, so maybe people's standards are a little low. You know what I mean? Maybe they're low.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that the story is really, really good. You know what I mean? We kind of get more into that, and that kind of carries it. It doesn't, you know what I mean? If the dancing's the only thing that's bad, hey, I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? But I'm really excited to see how everything else pans out and plays out. Gachiakuta, Tougen Anki, I mean, two animes that carried over from the summer season, and my God, do I hope. I know that they're gonna fucking dominate this season. It is just all open for them, and they look to have very, very good core twos. And we're gonna be getting more into Fragrant Flowers, which I think is going to start really heating up. I've seen leaks from the manga panels because it's been blowing up, and yeah, I at least know in the manga shit starts to really pick up and get insane. And I cannot wait. This seems like it's going to be a very, very good story. And I can't wait to get back into it. Because like I said, I took a break from it. I was like, all right, let's wait for it to come out on Netflix and for everything to catch up. So I'm going to watch this week's episode on Netflix, which I think will be the last episode that I stopped on. So it's going to be a nice little refresher. I think it's going to be that scene I was telling you about. And I cannot wait next week to dive into it. I think you're absolutely going to love it. Again, Rentaro's mom is the fucking GOAT. Best mom in anime.
Let's go, dude. I'm super excited. Rentaro kind of touched for maybe like 10, 15 seconds about like his past when he was talking about his friends. Mm-hmm. So that would make sense. That kind of leads up for this in like episode 8 or 9. I keep forgetting where we're at, but yeah, that makes sense. So I love it. I think it's set up extremely well and does a lot well. Yeah, dude, fall season's kicking. We're eating good right now.
Dude, it really is good. I gotta just say this. Just watch what you want to watch. I was thinking about it. I'm like, bro, I'm probably not going to do the check-in video for this season. Maybe I'm going to do like an anime list of like what I've been watching and shit, like what to keep an eye out for. But it's like, you have so many good things. I feel like you don't need to search. I feel like you don't need to watch everything in the hopes that you find that hidden gem, because there's just so many amazing things out there. It's just like, if you're fucking with it, just keep watching it. Like I said, Cleavitus, you gotta check that out. That is absolutely amazing. The summer season has so many leftovers, per se. So many animes that people weren't able to get to and to watch because there was just so many of them. I highly recommend going back and watch them. Like I said, Cleavitus. I am at a loss for words. I cannot believe I didn't watch it up to date throughout last season. It is just so fucking good. Hopefully we get a season 2. But the winter season is going to be like mind-numbingly insane. It is going to be so unbelievably filled. So I hope you guys watch any series that you've been wanting to catch up on, to check out, because come January, we're fucked. So hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys are excited. And yeah, again, I just hope you guys are enjoying this fall season. It's been phenomenal so far, and yeah, I hope it continues to succeed. But that is it, guys. Have a great rest of your week, and peace.
Peace.